is Canada officially bilingual when only one province, which is New Brunswick, is truly bilingual, and even Quebec isn't? Hello, friends. Let's talk about something that looks simple but is actually very complex underneath. You may recall the recent Air Canada CEO controversy, which raises a bigger question. Is this really about one person or about Canada itself? Let's dive in. At first, it seems straightforward. A CEO could not deliver a message in French, and that triggered backlash from politicians from both parties all around. But the reaction was strong, and it seems like both political parties were singing from the same hymn. The politicians spoke out, and eventually the CEO stepped down or forced out, you can guess. So, what's really going on here? To understand this, we need to look at how Canada handles languages. At the federal level, Canada is officially bilingual. English and French are supposed to be equal. You have the right to be served in either language. This sounds fair and balanced at first, of course. But here's the important part. This mostly applies to government institutions, mostly federal institutions. Now let's shift to Quebec. Quebec has a very different approach. In Quebec, French is not just a language, it must be protected. You may say, why? Because French speakers are a minority in North America, and without protection, they fear the language could slowly disappear. Obviously, some people may disagree on that premise. So, Quebec introduced strict laws. Businesses must operate in French. Workplaces must function in French. Even signage must prioritize French. So now you have two systems in one country. Canada says both languages are equal. Quebec says French must come first. And this is where the tension begins and the controversy begins. This is not just legal, it's cultural, and you may argue political. On one side, individual rights, on the other, a collective survival argument. And when this meet, you inevitably have a conflict. Now, let's get back to Air Canada. It's a federal company, but it operates heavily in Quebec, and I believe their head office is in Montreal. Even if the law allows flexibility, public expectation does not. A CEO is not just a manager representing Air Canada, it's a symbol. So when CEO could not speak French, by the way, you probably know Michael Russo. is the current CEO, who is planning to step down soon. It wasn't just a language issue, it became about identity, respect, and politics. Now, let's look at the economic side of this conflict. There are real costs to Canadian taxpayers and the economy. You have translation cost to have all product and services in two languages, hiring, compliance, but also benefits, higher wages for federally employed employees, global access to Francophone countries and businesses, national unity, one may argue. In the end, this is bigger than one CEO. It's about how Canada defined itself. And that tension is not going to go away anytime soon. So, what do you think? Should we reconcile the conflict between the two language jurisdiction, one encompassing the whole country, another one solely focusing and prioritizing in Quebec? Please leave your comments, and I would love to know what you think. My question to all of you is, do you think it's fair for Canada to maintain nationwide bilingualism when only New Brunswick is officially bilingual and Quebec primarily operates in one language